Queen Antonia has a billion-pound dream, but the royal vault is completely empty. She could tax the worker ants, but they're already grumpy. So, she decides to pass the buck to ants who haven't even been born yet. Is this a brilliant strategy or a future disaster? Today, we're looking at the big, heavy world of national debt. Welcome back to Antopolis. Queen Antonia represents the government, Andy the worker is you, the taxpayer. Trader Marco represents the financial markets. And Professor Einstein is here to explain why there's no such thing as a free bridge. Queen Antonia, my subjects, we need this bridge to reach the sugar plums across the puddle. But I won't tax you a single crumb to build it. Andy, no taxes, how are you paying for it, Your Majesty? Queen Antonia, I'm issuing royal acorn bonds. I'll borrow the crumbs from the neighboring beetle kingdom and from Trader Marco. Queen Antonia, I'll pay them back. Eventually, Professor Einstein. Wait a minute, borrowing isn't a magic trick. It's just moving a burden from one time to another, Professor Einstein. This is the start of the national debt, the cumulative total of everything the Queen owes to lenders. Trader Marco, I'm happy to lend. I get a nice 5% interest rate on my crumbs. It's a safe investment for me, Andy. This is great. I get a bridge, and my taxes don't go up. Professor Einstein, but Andy, look at your larvae in the nursery. When those bonds come due in 10 years. Professor Einstein, the Queen will have to pay Marco back his crumbs plus interest. Where will she get those crumbs? Andy, from the larvae when they grow up. Professor Einstein, exactly. This is called passing the buck. The future generation of ants will have to pay higher taxes to settle the debt. Professor Einstein explains to major dangers, crowding out and sustainability. When the Queen borrows too many crumbs. There are fewer crumbs left for Andy to borrow to start his own little mushroom farm. Because crumbs are scarce, interest rates go up, sustainability. Debt is okay if the colony grows faster than the debt. If the sugar plum bridge helps the colony find food, the economy grows. But if the bridge is just a vanity project and doesn't help growth, the debt will eventually swallow the whole hill. This isn't just for ants. Human governments borrow for two main reasons: wars and recessions. During a recession, the government borrows money to stimulate the economy and put people back to work. The debate is it fair to make our grandchildren pay for our stimulus packages today? Some say we owe it to ourselves, but the reality is that bondholders expect to be paid back by the people who didn't, the future taxpayers. The bridge is built, but now it's 10 years later. The larvae are now worker ants. The Queen is rolling over the debt. Queen Antonia, the bonds are due, but I still don't have the crumbs. Marco, I'll give you a new bond to pay off the old one. This is called rolling over the debt. It works as long as Marco trusts that the Queen can eventually tax the ants to pay him back. But if Marco loses confidence, he'll demand higher interest rates, and the whole system could collapse in a financial crisis. The big lesson: national debt isn't free money. It is an opportunity cost. Every crumb spent on interest is a crumb that cannot be spent on new schools, better healthcare, or lower taxes for the next generation. Don't forget to like this video if you're thinking about the future, and subscribe to Antopolis Economics. Help us build a hill that lasts. Andy is enjoying his bridge, but he noticed something weird. Now that the Beatles own so many of our bonds. They single quotes restarting to influence what we do in our tunnels. What happens when the Antopolis pound becomes weaker than the Beetle buck? We'll talk about exchange rates and the global economy next week. See you then.